Hold on, Dutch. Y'all, my dog, I was trying to click myself into the live and she was licking my hand and trying to push it to where I had to pet her because she's wanting attention and sometimes she gets that way. She's like, I want attention and I want it now. Yeah, I don't know if that's the golden retriever in you or the husky in you. Yeah, not sure. I'm not sure. No, yeah. You pitiful. You spoiled. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You'll just see her doing her little head like, I don't know what you mean. Good morning, James Love. Good morning, Vision Light. Good morning, Miss Catherine. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning to all my bushwatchers out there who may be busy this morning, working and doing your thing, Thizzle. Thank you for being here this morning on this good, lovely uh, Thursday. I was going to do, I'm thinking about, Therapy Thursday, True Crime Thursday. I just thought I might label it as a coffee conversation because we might touch on all those subjects. So sometimes that's the reason I'll label something as a coffee conversation because we could be touching on many different topics, many different things at one time. You know, I know that we like to talk about all different kind of topics, all kind of subjects. Me, myself, and I was talking yesterday. People was talking about like perimenopause and all this other stuff. I said, child, I'm scared it's going to hit me. I just don't know when. Because, for us women, it's going to hit regardless. It's going to hit good, regardless of what time that, it happens. So, I'm closer to 40. I got like 3 days, or let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 days till I turn 38. And then I have 2 years before I hit 40. And I know that shit gonna creep up on me and hit me at the most unopportune time. And I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know that there's a possibility. Also, you can go through that for years before you actually hit menopause, right? And then perimenopause is after, right? Girl, stop slapping the computer with your paw. Y'all, she gonna end up ending the live on accident because she wants attention. She gonna smack the computer with the paw, big old paw. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you being pitiful. She won't let me move my paw. Every time I move my hand away from her, she licks my hand, and she's trying to get me to pet her again. Good morning, Miss Danny. How y'all doing? I rewatched what I missed on Twin Mama's show last night, and you know, I'm gonna say this, Twin Mama, Miss Betty, Miss Danny. Hey, my sister from another mister, my Creole Libra butterfly news. Um, you know, I keep your head up, baby. Ain't nothing they can say. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. It didn't do anything. It didn't hit. It's never gonna hit. No one cares. Oh, they do have a test and they can tell. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that, Miss Catherine. I ain't had none of the signs or symptoms fully yet. So I'm waiting on that to happen. You know, I take the Depo Provera shot, so that might it. I don't have periods anymore because of it. Right? I take it to keep from getting pregnant or whatnot. So I take the Depo Provera, and it stops them altogether. So there's a possibility I may not feel some of the symptoms when I first start going through it because I'm on that shot. I'm not sure because it does change your hormones when you're on that shot. It keeps you from, yeah. You didn't take a test, Dr. Creole Butterfly? I didn't even know there was a test that you could take that would tell you that. I mean, I know they can check your hormone levels. I'll tell you something that sucks though. You know how a lot of women can take estrogen to relieve symptoms of that? I cannot, because I can't take anything with high estrogen in it because of my liver. I don't know if y'all know this, but estrogen actually affects the liver if taken in high doses. So I would not be able to take the hormone replacement therapy to help with that situation because it could affect my liver. Even when I went in for to the gynecologist to get different, to see what my options were on, you know, different kind of contraceptives, they told me anything with estrogen I could not take because of my liver. So it cut out a lot of things. Well, I was down to four options. There was one pill. I can't take the NuvaRing. I can't do the patches whatsoever. No, the depot shot, there's two versions of it. You have the progesterone and you have the estrogen version. I take the progesterone. There is, but you're not wrong, Vision Light. There is two different versions of it. I take the progesterone. Um, and then you have the inserts, the one that goes in your arm and the one that goes inside of you. Well, I'll never do the one that goes inside of you because I've had way too many friends who've had very serious complications from that one. So I'm like, I ain't messing with that. But I was thinking about getting the next blonde, which goes in your arm. But there is a 33% chance, there's like, I think it's 33% of having intermittent bleeding. The medication they give you for that, if you happen to be one of those percentages, I can't take. So I would have to deal with that for like 6 weeks or longer and have to have it removed anyway. So I said, I've taken the Depo Provera before. I didn't have an issue on it. I didn't have no crazy side effects. So I'll take it again. I've taken it once before. It didn't cause me any issues. Um, I wanted the next one though because it lasts for so long. You can set it and forget it for a while, right? But the medication they give for the intermittent bleeding is actually naproxen sodium, which is a NSAID. When you have a liver condition, you can't take NSAIDs, you can't take Tylenol, acetaminophen, none of that. And I'm like, yeah, so there's that one. Also, when you have a liver condition, right? And my liver condition came from pregnancy. We just talking about everything, Miss Tracy. We talking about premenopause and what us ladies go through during that time, and you know when it hits you. And Miss Catherine was saying you can take a blood test that'll tell you when it happens. That is very true, Miss Denny. That could be one of the side effects for you. Could have been migraines, and it's crazy if you think about it. Think about it like this: how much us women go through to to get on different forms of contraceptives. Almost every single contraceptive has a side effect for us. Every single one of them. And you have to find the one that's right for you. So we go through, well, let me try this. Let me try this. Which one's more effective? For me and my situation. It's crazy to think about what we go through and what we have to put our bodies through. You know what I'm saying? Just to be safe. That's the only one I have, Miss Danny. The only side effect I have is I don't have any periods. I don't have them at all. But then every once in a while I get spotting, but that's every once in a while. But that's nowhere near what I used to have because I used to have like really bad ones. When I say bad ones, I mean I probably should have been in the hospital for a few of them. And that was just my normal. I would get extremely anemic every month and wouldn't be able to hold my head up. That's how bad it would get. Like I wouldn't be able to. Y'all know I can't take naps during the day, right? But during that time, I would absolutely fall asleep during the middle of the day. I don't care if I was in the middle of a doctor's office because I just couldn't hold my head up because I was so anemic. Oh no, our bodies really weren't designed to stop our natural you know what I'm saying, to stop all those natural processes, but sometimes we have to do what we got to do. I remain on the depot because if I get pregnant, I die. So, yeah, preventative measures are my friend. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, Miss Denny, I would get super anemic and to the point that like I would look like I'm already whiter than Casper the Friendly Ghost, right? I'm already pale as shit. but I would look so pale and sickly. I'm not sure if I ever had endometriosis, to tell you the truth, Wildflower. I never got like I never got that checked out. It just was always my normal. So I didn't like I should have probably said something, if that makes sense. But it was always my normal, so much so that I just thought it was normal, you know? Like I had terrible pains in my ovaries. Now my mom has a history of cyst on her ovaries. So it's possibility that that's what was happening to me, but it was so bad. It was so bad. Um, I really believe that I probably should have gotten blood transfusions, Miss Danny. That's how bad it was. It was terrible. And I'm talking about for 2 weeks straight at a time. That's how bad my was. Like for 2 weeks straight. And it was terrible. It was really bad. And the pain was just, oh, the pain is no joke. And the being so tired, like you can't even hold your head up hardly. It. A lot of people don't understand what us ladies go through and what we have to deal with. You know what I mean? Just to be able to be a woman, it's crazy. Hey, Miss Justice, my sassy pants. But they just don't know what we go through as ladies. You know what I'm saying? And there's many different things. We have endometriosis. You also have, cysts that can grow on the ovaries. You have fibroids that grow inside of the uterus. You know what I'm saying? And all these different things that we go through. Thank you, Mr. Jim, the best Jim, the only Jim that ever was and ever will be. So, Mr. Jim got a membership. Twin Mama, Candace H, and Miss Justice and Miss Danny all got memberships. Thank Mr. Jim Coddington, the best Jim that ever was and ever will be. It's crazy though to think about, like, medically what we do to ourselves sometimes to treat for treatments. Like, even let's say cancer treatment, or let's say treatment for high blood pressure, or you could go to many different things, and the toxins that we put in our bodies just to be able to live. I swear to God, Wildflower, the heating pad's your best friend, child. It's your best friend. And oh my God, and I'm gonna say this, those blood clots was fucking awful. Ugh. Oh my God. I don't miss that. I'm glad for my Depo Provera shot. Hey, Georgia Peach. Girl, mow the grass, make it really short and pretty. Take her all the weeds. Make sure you ain't got no crazy bitches in your bushes. uh, but man, it just, ugh, man, I'm telling you something. Um, when it comes down to it, like, we go through a lot. Like, all of us as an individual, like, think about all, like, when I was pregnant with my son and I went through all the shit I did with that situation. I took experimental treatments to make sure he made it. And they could have left me with lasting health effects. I had to sign papers that I could not sue and that I agreed with the treatment, because that's how bad the side effects were for the treatments that I had to take. Make sure you lay down and get you some rest, love, and then don't move around too much. Just chill, lay down and get you a good little sleepy sleep. Sometimes we need us a good nappy nap. You can work a zero turn lawnmower unlike some other people. That's right, Georgia Peach. Child, I'm gonna tell you something. First time I ever worked with them zero turns, though, I about slung myself out the seat. I don't know about you, but the first time I ever did it, I went too fast and I didn't realize, you know, I didn't realize some things, and I turned too quick, and I didn't slow down, and child, almost threw myself out of the lawnmower. I wasn't used to it though. So I was used to the old school, I need a steering wheel type. It's 6 a.m. now. Yeah, you on that West Coast time. You on that West Coast time. It's early in the morning. Early in the morning. You look like a drunk lady. I'm gonna tell you something. I swear to God, I almost threw myself completely out of the lawnmower for the first time when I ever used one because I wasn't used to it. Like in the hand-eye coordination you gotta have, Georgia Peach. I'm just saying most people take it for granted because on them zero turns, you gotta remember, right hand turns this way, left hand, and you gotta remember to pull back for stop. It's all this other stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You be done threw yourself for a loop. But once you get used to it, it's fairly easy. You should be sleeping right now, but when you got things to do, child, you still got to get up and do them. Tomorrow, I may not be going live tomorrow, and I'll explain to you why. Tomorrow, Alex has his my son. He has his dental appointment, so we'll be going to that. We'll be going to his dental appointment. They moved it up. It was supposed to be like 11 or 12 and they moved it up. So, yeah, we got to leave the house by like 9:30 or so or 9. So, I forget to be there to make sure we're there within enough time to fill out the paperwork and do all the stuff and all the things. So he's got to have that. And yesterday, my mom went for a thyroid check, and she may have to go for a biopsy. I just need y'all to say a little prayer for that. That's all I need. I ain't gonna speak on it too much this morning, but we got to see what goes on with that. I know, right, Miss Denny? I'd be procrastinating, not wanting to do stuff, and I'd be like, "But I got to, and I gotta do it, and I don't want to do it, but I know I gotta do it." Thank you, Miss Justice. It's just things be thangin' sometimes and stuff happens. I don't know what's gonna happen or whether it's gonna be a wait and see procedure or if it's gonna be biopsy or if it's gonna be whatever they choose to do. Good morning, Watcher Boo. I know a lot of y'all was up till late last night, child. I fell asleep on y'all. I made the Twin Mama Show song truthful last night. My ass fell asleep. I was curled up with my body pillow. And also, if I didn't get to say hey to each and every one of you individually last night, I apologize. I was laying down and I was hugging my body pillow, but I wanted Twin Mama to know I was there and sending her love. You know what I'm saying? And I saw Watcher you before. I was in there with you, and I was trying to hold out so hardcore to be there for Miss Twin Mama, cause y'all know I'm normally in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I was holding out, child. I was trying to hold on. I do, Miss Catherine, actually plan my day, but I still procrastinate. Y'all stayed up late last night, dog. I was asleep on y'all. I fell asleep in Twin. I had to go back this morning and rewatch what I missed on Twin Mama Show. Because I still had it playing in the background when I fell asleep. So I went back and I redballed and rewatched what I had missed when I fell asleep. And then I actually forgot where I was at when I fell asleep, if that makes sense. No, you didn't. You slept late, then jumped up and screamed, "Everything's fine." Miss Catherine, can I ask? Because I remember you told me that what vitamin it was that you think I need because I be tired all the damn time. You said there was a certain vitamin deficiency or something that I should try a vitamin of some kind, and I forgot what it was now. Because my ADHD, I meant to write it down and see what had happened was I done forgot and I need to remember. And I was going to order it and put it on my Amazon wish list. so I could remember it. They are highly triggered. They're extremely highly triggered, and I'm gonna tell you what they're triggered about. The fact that nobody gives a fuck and nobody cares, and it's not hurting anybody. They're not getting the reaction that they want. That's what they're upset about. I do write stuff down. Actually, I'm gonna tell you, Miss Danny, what helps with my ADHD on keeping things organized. I actually keep a calendar. I keep a calendar of I keep a calendar on my wall of like so I can write down like important dates and things so I can remember. And then usually I try to keep okay, thank you, Miss Catherine, because I remember you were telling me about it. I've been extremely tired again recently. Like even waking up, I'm tired right now. I feel like I wish I could go back to sleep right now. Drinking coffee does not help. I'm drinking it, but it ain't doing nothing. But yeah, so I'm tired right now. Child, I be tired, I swear. Um, her backup, somebody struck her main page watcher boo. She still has it, but she's on, where they make you sit down and you better shut the fuck up for about a week. So that's why we're trying to build up Miss Tracy's backup channel so that she can go live. So that's why, the Tracy Zero, the backup page. Um, I don't know. Miss Tracy don't do nothing to nobody. That's the crazy part. She don't do reuse content. She don't do nothing. She just be talking and chilling. I don't know why they got her. They say that they've been going back through a lot of channels since the new updated. I don't know if y'all know this, but in August, on August the 1st, a new set of rules came out for YouTube, and they are hitting a lot of channels right now. They're reviewing a lot of channels right now. I will say, I'm gonna give a warning. I'm gonna give a warning to the chronic cough lady, baby. If you don't stop playing those things in their entirety without speaking, without being there, they're gonna get you for reuse content. They're gonna do something to your channel, and it ain't gonna be me. It's gonna be YouTube. I'm telling you, I just saw one of my friends get her shit got. Please listen. Hey, Miss Melissa Scott Quiz. Hey, Smooth Carter. Oh, you got struck because of something you did? Oh, so you don't have to work the streets this weekend, George Peace? Oh, snap. You ain't got to stand on the corner. I know we'll get blamed. That's the messed up shit, Miss Danny. And this ain't got shit to do with us. This will have to do with YouTube doing it. I got a couple of friends um that they've already hit their channel for reused content. Hey, Hotspot Love. Hey, yeah, the new rules started on 7/15. And a lot of YouTube is going back and they're going through and they're watching these smaller content creators now. I'm telling you, if you doing something stupid, you better put that shit on private or delete it. And you cannot sit there. It does not fall under fair use if you are playing something in its entirety without adding commentary to it. Awesome sauce, Georgia Peach. They are cracking down for real. They are really, truly cracking down on a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna give y'all pre-warnings. If you are, if you multi-stream and you stream to 2 YouTube channels, they're gonna snatch the monetization and possibly snatch one of your channels. Be very careful. They're fixing to start hitting people for reused content. Now, it's not affecting people who use it within the fair use doctrine and actually create commentary on top of something. But if you are playing something in its entirety and you're not doing any commentary, you're not talking, they're possibly going to start hitting some of these channels that do that. You did something stupid, then you put it on private. Oh, damn, Miss Tracy. If you know you do something real bad, you don't even put it on private, baby. You delete it. delete it, delete it, delete it. You know what I'm saying? But they are fixing to start back and they are fixing to start really hunkering down on a lot of this stuff. People who are going around doxing people on YouTube, going around and doing certain things that they ought not to on YouTube, they're fixing to get heavy hardcore on their channels. The new the YouTube is cracking down for real. Yeah, I'll say that, Miss Catherine, not with the new rules. I've seen people multi-stream to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and with the new rules on YouTube, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I would not do that because you know you're supposed to be able to multi-stream, but if YouTube catches you doing that, they're gonna get you. Also, restreaming content of someone else, be very careful. Um, they're fixed to start striking and cracking down on that. Now, if y'all ever notice when I show a true crime thing, I go directly to websites. I don't play content directly from YouTube. There's a reason why. If you play directly from that, that's one way the automated system gets your ass. But also, the automated system is supposed to start cracking down even harder. So even if y'all have noticed, I've tried to cut back even on my cursing and things, which that will only age restrict my video. But still, trying to cut back on a lot of things for the algorithm, for YouTube itself, because the new rules that's going into effect, these people don't understand. They fixing to get got. They fixing to get got. Them new rules, dog. Them new rules. And they need to check their updated YouTube guidelines and terms of service. Because here's the thing, a lot of these people only know what others tell them about the YouTube guidelines, right? Or they don't even know what the terms of service for YouTube is. You know, so it's fixing to start cracking down even more than what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. Hate speech is a big one. Hate speech, you know, when people do certain, like even when I do my medical stuff, if y'all notice, I cite my sources. Like when I tell you I'm not a doctor and blah, blah, blah. Or if we're talking about a medical topic, we're just talking about it, right? I'm not giving you advice on what to do. I'm not telling you, you know, like to take this medication or do this thing or do that thing, because they are fixing to crack down on misinformation, you know, and educational, you know, you got to make sure that you keep it educational, right? You got to make sure that when you do these topics, you do them in a certain way. You know how they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it? This is fixing to become a YouTube thing. Hey, Mr. Don, how you doing? So it says right here, it says, content restrictions. YouTube prohibits content that promotes hate speech, violence, harassment, and harmful or dangerous behaviors. This includes content that is sexually explicit, promotes self-harm, and or exploits minors. So they're really fixing to crack down on the fact of people messing with children, talking about children in disparaging manners, and things that exploit children. They're fixing to really crack down on that. Misinformation. This platform has strict rules against misleading or deceptive content that can cause real world harm, such as false medical advice or misinformation related to elections. Educational exceptions. Sometimes content that may violate guidelines can remain on the platform if it has educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. This exception is applied sparingly to ensure important content remains accessible. Reporting violations. Users are encouraged to report content that believes violates these guidelines. YouTube reviews these reports and takes appropriate action, which may include removing content or suspending accounts. Recent changes to moderation policies. Increased leeway. Moderators are now instructed to allow videos that may contain up to 50% content that violates guidelines if the video serves the public's interest or has an EDSA context. This is increased from the previous threshold of 25%. Focus on public interest. The platform aims to protect free expression while mitigating harm, which has led to more nuanced approach to content moderation, especially regarding sensitive topics like election, race, and health. Um, they are really fixing to crack down on the bullying, harassment, the hate speech, those kind of things. So, if that's what your channel mainly consists of, you might want to change your content up a little bit. Just saying. Because they are really fisting strike and get down on that. I know a lot of people who have, you know, they're fisting to really get crazy about that shit. It's one thing to tell the truth on something and to show, to give a warning to the public and to show truthful information. Um, but yeah, it's also like you can still roast and gag a motherfucker, right? You can still roast and gag, as long as you're not threatening a person. And there's a few other things like saying hate speech or, stuff like that. Yeah, you think they should do more of that content so they can get terminated faster? Also, circumventing a ban and creating a new channel. If you start creating content on those channels, um, YouTube does not look kindly upon that at all because you got banned for a reason. Also, you cannot entice your audience to touch anybody else's channel. You cannot entice your audience. There's a lot of things that they just don't understand about these YouTube guidelines. And there's a fine line you can skirt. If you've ever noticed, there's certain keywords I don't use on my platform. Yeah, they also do not like advertisements of other platforms on their platform because you're taking away business from YouTube at that point, right? Also, they don't like when you advertise, you know, other products without permission. They get paid, a percentage if you have an affiliate link. They get paid a certain percentage um, from things. So if you're promoting another platform that's making a hell like money, and they're, you know what I'm saying, and YouTube's not getting their cut, trust me, they're not going to be very, very happy about that. Yeah, you have to mention it's a non-affiliate. They don't like spam or misleading content. And they do not like when you promote something that advocates, um, you know, doxing and different things. That is very true, Miss Danielle. You can advertise other stuff, but you can't advertise websites that are dedicated to and exist specifically for breaking YouTube guidelines. And promoting, that's called promoting hurtful content, if I'm not mistaken, or promoting harassing content and things like that. You can't do that. Now, if you're promoting a lash company or something like that, you have to make sure you say you're not an affiliate of this. You just like this brand, right? But if you're sitting there promoting a website that literally breaks terms of service on YouTube, yeah, they don't like that. And you literally created that to circumvent a ban. So, yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that kind of content. It's like somebody promoting their OnlyFans on here. They don't like that kind of promotion either. You know what I'm saying? They don't like things like that. Hey, Woodchuck Chuck. I hope you're having a good day. Um, yeah, so that goes down to um it for each one of those. You have to It has to be a company that's reputable. It has to be something that's not controversial, something that's not promoting hate speech or breaking terms of service. Because when you break terms of service on YouTube, they don't play about that. They don't like their terms of service broken, okay? Let's see. But you can literally, like, here's the thing. You can read the YouTube terms of service, right? Um, it says the following restrictions apply to your use of this service. You are not allowed to access, reproduce, download, distribute, transmute, broadcast, display, sell, license, alter, modify, or otherwise use any part of this service or any content except as A, as expressly authorized by the service, or B, with prior written permission from YouTube and is applicable, the respective right holders, circumvent, disable, fraudulently engage with, or otherwise interfere with any part of the service, or attempt to do any of these things, including security related features or features that A, prevent or restrict the copying or other use of content, or B, limit the use of service or content, access the service using an automated means such as robots, botnets, or scrapers. Like, there's a lot of things that you can get your shit taken for. It says right here, or use the service to A, sell any advertising, sponsorship, or promotion placed on, around, or within the service or content other than those allowed in the advertising on YouTube policies, such as compliant product placement, or B, sell advertising, sponsorship, or promotion of any page or any website or application that only contains content from the service, or where content from the service is primary basis for such sales. For example, selling ads on a web page where YouTube videos are the main draw for users visiting the web page. They have a thing. You have a conduct. You have a code of conduct just like you do with any other job. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mr. JB. But yeah, that I mean, YouTube's like that. Can I ask y'all a question? How about I ask y'all something? How many of y'all? Why is it? I love y'all men, I do. But why is it every time y'all get sick or stub your toe, you think it's the big one? Why y'all think that shit? Why y'all think it's gonna be the end of the world? Like you dying? I stubbed my toe. Oh my god, I got toe cancer. Like, I swear to God, it's a thing. You ever notice when a man gets sick, it's the end of the world? But yet, when a woman gets sick, we still got to get up, we still got to cook, we still got to clean, we still got to do things. Um, it's the end of the world. That is true. The Great White Phantom. That is true. That is true. I will say that, like, when my dad got an upper respiratory infection one time, he said this was the end and that he wasn't gonna be here no more. Or they think they have a brain tumor or cancer, or this is like the most deadly thing that ever happened to somebody. Like, they self-diagnose themselves with like the worst thing that can happen to them. And then they go to Google, and Google tells them, or WebMD, and they, oh my God, I've got to, why? Why is that thing? A morbid, fraudulent way, fruity, can I speak today? Fraud. I can't speak today. The Great White Phantom. I guess I can't use words today. Uh, Fraudian way. I guess. Yeah, I think it has something to do with this. Like, yeah, if like I've seen it many times. It's not just with like my dad, men in my life. I've seen it like a lot of men. Like this is the big one. I don't know. Fred G. Sanford always comes to mind every time I think about it from Sanford and Son. I'm coming to see you. You know, every time I think of Fred G. Sanford, every time. He always thought it was the big one from Sanford and Son. Freudian. Yeah, I don't know why I messed up the Great White Phantom a while ago on words. I was not wording a while ago. I apologize. And yes, ironically, I think he did die from a heart attack, even though he always played that up in the show. Um, I'm gonna tell you the episode. Uh, Watching, I don't know if you ever watched The Bunkers and Archie Bunker and whatnot, but when Edith passed away, oh my god, that was like the saddest episode ever. Like, do Jesus, I couldn't take it. Like back in the day, I want to think about this. Kids nowadays, their cartoons aren't really sad or have life experiences in it. We had Littlefoot, and he lost his mom and his dad. And we had Bambi, who literally lost their mama. And we watched The Lion King, and, we saw Mufasa die, and we cried, And we had, like, dark undertones in you know, our kiddie shows, our cartoons. That kids nowadays they won't even put it in their cartoons. It has to be happy all the time. It has to be rainbows and sunshines, and that's not life. You know, think about it. Like watch a children's cartoon now versus when we were kids. And when we were kids, we actually did have some dark themes in the cartoons. Nowadays, they don't. Think about the dark themes that we used to have in our cartoons, but they taught us something. Yeah, he always called his son-in-law Meathead. That show was actually pretty funny when I was younger. It was funny. It was crazy. A lot of shows, but think about it. They all had some dark themes in a lot of them. Yeah, and then when we got older, we had Adult Swim, which is absolutely terrifying. And think about those shows that used to come on like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We wasn't supposed to be up watching them, but some of us did anyway. I was one of them. My hands in the air right now. Um, they've like if you look at kids' cartoons now, they don't really have any like themes like that, like real life themes. It's all rainbows and sunshines because it's got to be PC. It's got to be PG. You know what I'm saying? Um, like there's not a lot of substance to where our cartoons and our shows and our movies had real life things that happened to them. Yeah, they dumbed it down a little bit because we were kids, but adults could also watch our shows and understand it. I tried to watch some of the newer shit and I was like, oh god. It's just cutesy songs and shit. You used to let him. My son fell asleep to Cartoon Network. He really did. He loved Cartoon Network. It was his stuff. And I didn't realize either until one time I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I saw some shit that was on Cartoon Network at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, fuck. You talking the Kool-Aid man. Yeah, you got the big glass jar crashing through your wall, breaking shit everywhere in the name of surgery. sugary flavored drink. Who's going to pay for all that? That's pretty dark if you ask me. True, true. And think about like like all the in our original cartoons, um, the betrayal, the death, the kids running around without people paying attention to them. Yeah, it'll traumatize you if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and watch Cartoon Network. I promise you. If you done saw something, even you as an adult be like, "What the hell?" uh, I used to watch the cartoon Caillou with my son when he was little. We watched a lot of PBS cartoons. Um, they had the little dinosaur one and the other ones. I can't remember the name of them. Yeah, and Yosemite Sam for animal abuse. We were taught to hate the wabbits because shh, I'm hunting wabbits. I'm telling you. And then we had if you watch the OG Mickey Mouse, like the black and white version when he was called something total different, that was absolutely he would like it was not a nice cartoon if you really paid attention to it now that you're an adult. Like, what? Go back and watch Steamboat Willie and all them different things now that you're an adult. It's crazy when we were kids. Like, even certain music, we didn't realize that music was dirty music. We didn't know what they were talking about. And then you get older and you're like, oh, yeah. I was totally singing them lyrics, not knowing that was a filthy song. I was just running around here singing it. Yeah, the Great White Phantom. It was crazy. There was a lot of crazy shit that went on in some of them cartoons back in the day. You go back and watch them now, you're like, oh damn. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching that shit because you didn't realize it as a kid because your innocence was on. You know what I'm saying? You had like you didn't see things through the glass of an adult when you were little, right? But when you get older and you know a little bit more and you go back and you look and go, what the hell? Yeah, the Smurfs, they were all male. And here's the thing the only female Smurf, she was made in a lab by Gargamel. So, how did all the Smurfs live if they were all male? Yeah. And then there was only one female? Yeah, I'm going to say this, Miss Danny. I think a lot of cartoons had a lot of dark underlining things in it that we didn't pay attention to when we were kids. But if we go back and we watch it now, we're like, damn. And our parents let us watch this. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. We didn't know all that those things. There was a lot of like abuse towards women, a lot of DV situations in cartoons and shows back then that you don't see nowadays. But we didn't know. We didn't pay attention to all that. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Yeah, Oscar the Grouch. My dad just also he said that Roadrunner. If you think about Roadrunner and Wiley the Coyote, Wiley the Coyote was a straight up a serial iller. He was always trying to kill poor little Roadrunner. Think about it. He was always trying to take Roadrunner out the game. Hey, racist stars, love. Think about poor little Roadrunner, y'all. They was always trying to take Roadrunner out the game. Wiley the Coyote was just dog. He was always trying to murder the poor little Roadrunner. Like we didn't even think about it like that. But think about it now that you're an adult. I was trying to blow him up and throw stuff at him and like think about you know uh what's Tom and Jerry. Tom's always trying to murder poor little Jerry, trying to take him out the world, and we're just watching him watching the cat trying to eat the mouse. Thinking it's a funny and cute time. And they did have a lot of dark themes. You're great. You're right about that. The Great White Phantom. Early Mickey Mouse was, you know what I'm saying? Ernie and Ernie and Bert. There was a lot of things. Sorry, y'all. I got the chronic cough. Lord Jesus. You ever cough so eyes it made your eyes water? Oh Jesus. I coughed so hard just then I made my eyes water, y'all. Hope I'm not trying to get a cold. That would suck. But my allergies are running because it's about that time for the secondary set. Because here's the thing, I have year round allergies. They go all year. You make sure you have a good day, Miss Danny. But I have all year round allergies myself, and those bitches don't ever go away. Yeah, the chronic cough got me, racing stars. The chronic cough. Let me actually do something somebody else needs to do, which is called take a drink of something. It helps. I took a drink of something. Now I feel better. Woo. Sometimes you need to drink a water or some coffee or something, and it helps. Yes, I do, Miss Catherine. I take single air every day, but it don't fully take the allergies out. I'm gonna tell you that. I have way too many. My eyes be itching still, some which I got to take my allergy medicine here in a minute. But I take single air for my allergies. They still act up on days when they're real bad though. Um, like my eyes have been itchy this morning. They really got a lot of hospitals closing right now. They're gonna keep doing it till we ain't gonna have no damn medical care. Cause it's crazy. A lot of people don't even want to go into the medical field nowadays. It used to be being a nurse was like you wanted to go for that. That's what you wanted to go to college for. And then on top of that, how the everybody's having to jump through hoops just to get like certain things, hospitals, all this other stuff. Um, yeah, I could see that. I need to go look up the amount because that would be something to note. Hey, Jexlyn. Hey, love. Good morning. How you doing? Yeah, I may end up having to do double allergy medicines, Miss Catherine, to really help because I don't. I just. I think I've been on the one for so long. Let me sneeze right quick. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. I had to sneeze. I apologize. um. So they're about. Hold on, I gotta sneeze again. So there are about 339 hospitals closing among 50 states. That's crazy. Yeah, I need to switch them because I'm sneezing like and my eyes are itchy. I think I need to get. I've been saying that I think I need to add something to my allergy pill, like something for when it's acting up because it most of the time the allergy pill by itself works, but there's some days um there are some days that it just acts up real bad, and I think I've had like just a few instances of that. Most of the time the allergy medicine does work, but there are some days it's just not enough. And I think it's during the times that it really hits me is spring and fall. um when the end of summer happens all through fall and springtime, because that's when most allergens are out. During the springtime it's the pollen, right? During the fall it's when the leaves fall and it creates mold, mildew. It creates there's moisture in the air. um all those things when I'm outside, and I have indoor and outdoor allergies, so I'm allergic to dust. Yeah, pretty much indoor and outdoor allergies seasonal all year round. They don't go away. And now I have the sniffles, y'all, because yeah, because I've been sneezing like a hand. But I usually sneeze at least 3 or 4 times every morning. I don't know why, but I do every morning. Well, see, Miss Catherine, I take my singular, but I'm scared of nose sprays because they had my son on one time and it gave him major headaches. And here's the thing, I can't handle major headaches because I can't take any medication for it. I just have to deal with the headache. And but I am thinking about asking my doctor for an allergy spray along with my pill form for when it's real bad. And the allergies are acting up real bad because like my eyes are itchy right now, and I hate the way it feels when your eyes are itchy. I think that's one of the most upsetting feelings in my opinions is the itchy eyes. Oh, y'all, I gotta stretch. That felt good. Oh, but I gotta be careful, y'all. Y'all remember that one time I stretched and I messed myself up? I did not know, as you get older, I did not know that sneezing could be dangerous. I didn't know that stretching could be dangerous. I didn't know that stuff. I didn't know you could stretch and pull a muscle. I didn't know that you could sneeze and blow a blood vessel in your eyeball. I did that a couple weeks ago. I totally sneezed so hard I blew a blood vessel in my eye. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah, I know, Miss Catherine. I need to I need to probably change one. I've probably been on it entirely too long, is what it is. I think I've been on that medication for over 15 years, so there's 16, 17 years, something like that. I've been on that medicine. So I think that's one of the reasons I'm getting immunity. Oh, Miss Catherine, I exercise every day. I'm gonna tell you something. I exercise that broom. I exercise that mop. I exercise walking them dogs. I exercise going up and down them steps. I exercise every day, just a different form. Cause I'm always on the move. I probably take more steps a day than I even seem to realize. Because I'm always on the go. I'm always busy. The only time that I'm not is when I'm right here doing my stream, and this is my little bit of time. That's the reason. If y'all want to know the reason I chose this time to go live, really, is this the only time I have free most of the time. If y'all see me in chats and I don't say hey to you, just know it's because I'm busy. right? I'm busy doing something. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of somebody. I'm running here, I'm running there. I'm, all these different things. So like I'm always running around and doing something. Always am. Uh, you know, taking care of the grass, mowing the lawn, taking care of the garden, hoeing the garden, doing something. I'm always doing something. So that's why I decided to go live at this specific time, is because I'm sitting down, I'm drinking my coffee, I'm waking up. It's the time that I have free to be able to chill with y'all. Um, After that, I'm on the go constantly. And so that's why I'll be in chats and I'll be in the skybox sometimes in the bushes for a lot of people's lives and they don't know it because I'm just busy doing something while there. You know what I'm saying? While I'm watching. I watch Passa, Miss Catherine. When he's like, I'll tune in and sometimes it'll be about Mr. Tommy, Mr. Castro, and different things. And because I don't know the beef between them, I kind of tune out, but I let it play in the background kind of situation. Um, but yeah, I go over to everybody's house. They just don't know it. I be there, and the only time you'll see me fall out of the clouds is if there's a pertinent situation that they're talking about that I want to add to the commentary. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to talk about it, or I want to say something in chat, or something makes me say something. That is true, Miss Catherine. That is true. I just wish I had time to do it. Maybe when things slow down a little bit, I'll find time to have the extra time to be able to do it. Because when you're busy, like cooking, cleaning, taking care of laundry, taking care of people, doing all this every single day, running here and there and everywhere, taking care of two, like, see, Miss Catherine, I don't know if I've ever told you, but I take care of both my parents and fisting to be, parents, bonus parents. And when you're running around taking care of everything they need, sometimes you forget to take care of yourself. And I know I need to do that. But when you're a caregiver to so many people, you're busy. You know what I'm saying? I know that, Miss Catherine. I'm gonna tell you something I used to do. I need to get back into do it, Miss Catherine. And I think it works. And maybe this is just me. I used to do dance, like dance aerobics. You know where you do like you're dancing to lose weight and stuff. I used to do that when I had the extra time. I would do it like 30 minutes to an hour a day or more, like while I was doing other things. So I would like do my little dance aerobics. I'd do that when I turn on my music, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you what made me lose the most weight, Miss Catherine, is when I was push mowing 2.5 acres by myself, in the heat, might I add. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight doing that. I truly did. I do know that I'm only 37 years old. I'll be 38 soon in 4 days. Uh and I do know that that's the thing that everybody should do, is take more time for yourself and take care of yourself and make sure you take care of your health, because health is wealth. Go to the doctor, get your checkups, get your blood work done once a year. Um there's a lot of things that you should do just to make sure you're okay. I will say that for me, dance aerobics was fun. I liked it. It was something that, with my ADHD, worked well for me. Um, I did that. I used to ride bicycles all the time. That was my shiznit. Hey, Gamecock Jenny, how you doing, beautiful? That was a fun thing. I enjoyed that. I will say dance aerobics is fun. Turn on your favorite dance track and just doing that dancing for 30 minutes to an hour a day can actually get your heart rate up for your cardio. But you shouldn't just do cardio if you want to build muscle. You should also there's different stretches and lunges and things you should do. I do know all about those things, though, Miss Catherine, because when my son was little, because of his cerebral palsy, I had to learn all the stretches and the different things and techniques to help him through that situation. Yeah, that's what I do, Miss Justice. I be cleaning and dancing. Whoop whoop. And also, everybody knows what part of the house I'm cleaning. Y'all gonna laugh because they can hear me singing from their different perspective rooms. So they'll be like, "Oh, she's in the bathroom right now," or "Oh, she's in the kitchen right now," because they'll hear me because I'll be singing and dancing all through the house. I'll put in my headphones and my earbuds, and I just get her done. And it makes it go faster, and I stay on task that way. This is what I tell people with ADHD. In order for you to stay on task, right? I would suggest putting on music in your earbuds because it kind of helps like your brain to concentrate on the music while you're doing stuff so you don't like. Here's the thing about a person with ADHD. We'll be cleaning the kitchen and then see something off to the left that needs to be done. We'll stop cleaning the kitchen to go do that. And then we'll see something else to go do that. So, the best way that I've ever learned to stay on task is to put my music in my headphones, right? In my ears, and concentrate only on that task until I get it done. Like when I'm doing the dishes, I just do the dishes. And I sing and do the dishes. And that way I don't pay attention to nothing else around me. And my brain is kind of occupied because that's the problem with ADHD. It's the reason you end up switching to other things is because your brain gets bored and it starts looking for other things to do. So if you keep your brain occupied, you can actually concentrate on the subject at hand. So I suggest to anybody who loves music to put on your favorite music while you're cleaning, and it will help you concentrate on the task at hand. Or let's say you like watching documentaries or listening to audiobooks or listening to YouTube. Put the YouTube on your TV in the background where you can hear it and you can talk back to it and you can pay attention to it and listen to it, and it'll help you stay on task. Also, it makes cleaning and doing things more enjoyable, in my personal opinion, because we all know cleaning and doing all those things can be very boring, right? It can be super boring. And that's the way you can do it to where it's not so super boring. Like I get my cleaning modes sometime. I call them my cleaning modes to where I'll even wash down the baseboards. Yeah. And I have to have my music on when I do that. It's called a deep clean, deep clean. And some of us do that occasionally. Because there's things in your house sometimes that you don't look at. Like you clean the main sections, you clean the main things, you do the main things that you do every day. And there's little things that you don't pay attention to until it hits you. And you're like, oh shit, I need to do that. But I've always find it interesting to know how different people do it. I myself like to have a chart um, to do things, and I like to set things where this is this day, this is that day, this is that. Now I've been recently not been following that trick, and I need to get back to doing it because it works for me. It works, and it keeps me on task because ADHD. I tell you what, ADHD will make you get off task real quick, like real quick, like. Speaking of which, I got to get my ADHD meds refilled. Y'all, if my ADHD goes to acting up too much, y'all know, it gets that way sometimes. It be that way sometimes. Yeah, yeah. I am so tired right now and need a nap and don't even know why. I don't even know why I need a nap. I just woke up. Not too well. I woke up at 7, but still. I need a nap and don't even know why. Yeah. Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Don't tell me I just yawned and caused myself to have a headache. Don't tell me I just did that. Don't tell me I just yawned and was like, "Oh, hey headache, how you doing? You gonna mess me with this morning?" It's probably the sinuses that are causing the headache, but that happens because I got sinus issues. Um, but damn, that's some bullshit. Can't even yawn, y'all. Can't even yawn. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. I didn't realize when you get older and as you age, things become dangerous. Be done stretched and threw your whole hip out, trying to get up out of bed, crack your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Sneeze, like bust a blood vessel or pull a muscle. I didn't know things were so dangerous. And also, for my ladies out there, I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but maybe y'all could tell me. I've heard that as you get older, sneezing can make you tinkle on yourself. I didn't know that, but I've also heard that if you do your Kegels, that's not a thing as much. But I heard that that's like a thing that actually happens. Like you sneeze the wrong way, you pee on yourself. And hey, don't ever trust a fart, dog. When you get older, don't trust a fart. Be then farting shit all over yourself. But at least we didn't get punched in the stomach to shit on ourselves. You know, I'm just saying. At least, it was an actual something. Now, I've had my gallbladder out, and I will tell you this for me, having the gallbladder out was one of the best things I ever did. It was awful when I was going through it. Um, and the only thing now is if I eat a lot of greasy foods, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get the boobies. When you're drunk, you tinkle. Hey, Miss Heidi, good morning. Oh, Miss Heidi, the other morning I was watching your show. I'm sorry I didn't drop down and say hey. I was busy running around taking the dogs out and all that stuff. But I loved your where you were covering the stuff with the brawls and stuff, and you were 100% on point. Here's the thing: if you open your mouth and you a piece of shit and you think you privileged to overdo somebody else when they ask you something nicely and you get your ass beat up, that's on you. And if you push somebody or slap somebody else and they beat your ass, it's on you. Your ass shouldn't have been swinging on nobody. I'm just saying. You know what mom and daddy always said? It, you win some, you lose some. But so your ass decides to swing on a motherfucker and they just have to beat your ass, that's on you. I'm sorry. I don't feel sad for you. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel glad for you, and I don't feel none of those things. You got your ass whooped. That's all I can say. If y'all ain't watched Miss Heidi Black, you so should. She does amazing content. Amazing content. One of these days, Miss Heidi, I got to get my ass back up there and hit the panel with you. I don't watch some of those shows y'all do. I haven't watched 40 Day or 30 Day Fiance or whatever it was since Angela was on there and No Neck Ed and those people. And I know they fired Angela recently. I saw that, but I don't really like watch those things like that. I don't watch I don't have time because I'm so busy watching everybody on YouTube and supporting everybody. And by the time I'm like cooking, cleaning, doing all those things, and because you work and you do everything too, I really just don't have enough time in the day. I have not, yeah, the Naziah Harris case. Oh, I'm ready for that, Miss Heidi. Oh, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. Now, it depends on what time you do it this Saturday. If you're doing it this Saturday, Miss Heidi, because me and my husband are going out to celebrate my birthday. Because, Saturday's our day anyway, but Monday's my birthday, so we're actually going to go celebrate Saturday for my birthday, and we're going out to a new restaurant that just opened, a new Italian spot. So, I don't know what time. So if it's early in the morning, I might be able to because that's when I drink my coffee. That's when I drink my coffee. that's why I've been able to come up a couple times on Saturday, because that's while I'm drinking my coffee, before we get ready and go do things. So I might be able to. I'm gonna try to, because in Isaiah Harris case, I'm gonna tell you something, Miss Heidi. That case pisses me the freak off at every one of those women that were in that damn house, and to read those transcripts. Miss Heidi, I don't know if you know Miss Parker. I'm going to share her to you one day. Miss Parker has been heavy in covering that case. She has all the transcripts and everything. Miss Parker, she's from the Mo 3 sector, but she technically does not do drama lives and stuff like that. She used to, she don't anymore. She's been covering true crime and all that stuff. But I think you would really enjoy Miss Parker. Miss Parker, you might have seen her come in here a couple times. I'm not sure, but she's been staying up later at night, so that's why she's been catching my replay if she does get to see it. But I think you'll really enjoy Miss Parker. Miss Parker is a good person. She's got an amazing heart, and I think y'all too should like link up on this case, because I'm gonna tell you something. I would love that live. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I'll tell Miss Parker the same thing. I love Miss Parker. Every time I see her name though, y'all know what runs through my head when I see Miss Parker, right? Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Every time, never fails. I always think of Friday, and I always think of Bernie Mac hollering, Miss Parker. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, to one of the latest and the greatest comics to ever do it. Um, yes, every time, I can't help it. But the thank you, beautiful racing. The Naziah Harris case, really, really, like I'm waiting on that one to come out. And then the Madeline Soto case. I'm waiting on updates on the Madeline Soto case. And I want to know if they charge that mama. If they don't charge that mama, I don't know what the fuck to tell somebody, because that pisses me off. She sent that baby to sleep in that bed with that man. And Shannon, the auntie in the Isaiah Harris case, deserve her ass to go down too. And so does the grandmama. So does the grandmama. Yeah, see, Miss Catherine watches Miss Parker. Let me grab Miss Parker's link though, right quick. Y'all love Miss Parker, I'm telling you. Miss Parker is good people, and y'all could tell her Charlie sent you, and she knows exactly. Like she'd be like, "Oh, Charlie sent you." You know what I'm saying? She knows. She knows I support her heavy, and I try to catch her lives. And she's usually live in the afternoons or at night, and so sometimes I miss them because y'all know I don't stay up extremely late. But this right here is Miss Parker's link, and I'm gonna tell y'all gonna love Miss Parker. Miss Parker is good people. She does good, amazing content. And at any time, Miss Heidi, if you want to drop your link in here, please do so. Miss Catherine, if you want to drop anybody's link while you're in here, any of you moderators that want to drop a link, or if you want your link dropped and you're not a content creator, you're not a moderator, just tell somebody. We'll grab your link. We'll share you out, because sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, y'all don't realize we started he took a plea deal. Oh no, hell he didn't take a damn plea deal. Oh no, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Good morning, Barn Dog Love. That motherfucker took a plea deal. But that's Miss Parker's channel right there. You know what I'm saying? I love sharing all y'all out, and sharing the wealth so people can you know. So was that on the Madeline Soto case? Or was Madeline Soto? Because I know the Naziah's coming up, because he pled not guilty. I know that Jarvis Butts pled not guilty. Oh, he got life in prison. So he did. He took a plea deal for life in prison so he wouldn't get the death penalty. Son of a bitch. I wanted to see him get got for real. And the mother was not in court for a victim impact statement. That's some bitch shit right there. I got to do an update show on that one. That's some bullshit. Fuck you, fuck you, damn Steven Stearns and Madeline Soto's mama. What's her name again? I forgot her damn name. What's her mama's name? And rest in peace, Madeline. We love you, girl. We so sorry that shit happened to you. What's her damn mama's name? I forgot that bitch's name. I don't like that bitch. I wish I could smack that hoe up. Jennifer. Jennifer Soto. I would smack the shit out of Jennifer Soto. I'm just saying. I hate that hoe. She knew. Like, here's my thing. I know you saw it, Miss Heidi. You saw that Madeline's bedroom was in the living room. There was a whole guest room with a lock on the door that she could have put her child in and had her child have that room where she could lock her door. But no, you had that baby downstairs in front of God and everybody. All she had was a little divider to dress herself or have privacy. That's a motherfucking bullshit. A 13-year-old girl deserves her privacy. And I feel bad for the bio dad and the family and everybody else, you know what I'm saying, that had to deal with that damn Jennifer bitch. Because you know that Jennifer bitch was starting some shit. I don't like her. I hope man, they ain't gonna take that bitch to jail neither. I hope somebody just start off and hit her square in her motherfucking jaw. Ooh, that pissed me off, Miss Heidi. Every time I read that. That poor baby. Miss Heidi, I know she was strangled, and that poor baby. That poor baby did not deserve that. He essayed that baby. You know what I'm saying? As sure as I'm sitting here, he had been essaying that baby and grooming that baby since she was little. They said he had been in her life since she was like, I think it was like, what, 2 or 3 years? Or something like that. So that means that baby was only 10 years old. Yeah, he straight up been doing something to that baby since she was little. And all that CP he had on his damn phone. Mm. You covering Lita now? What's going on with that situation? Yeah, since 9. That's some bullshit. I'll tell you, I hate motherfuckers like that. I hope somebody in jail. I hope Big Bubba gets a hold of him in jail. I hope he drops the soap. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope he drops the soap. I hope somebody rough his ass up just like he did to that poor child. Mm. I hope somebody do something bad to him in jail. He deserved every minute. And please don't let them put his ass in protective custody. I want him in general population. I want somebody to steal his food every day and punch him in the mouth. Yeah, I've been suggesting Miss Heidi for a minute now. She supposedly K'd her 5-week-old daughter? Why? Oh my God. Just why do people do this sick shit to kids? And here's the thing, I'm going to say this. I have heard of psychosis, that happens after giving birth. I've heard of women having the psychosis. But I'm going to tell you something. If that was me and I was feeling those thoughts, I would give my child up and walk the fuck away before I did something to my baby. I would take myself out before I did something to my child. I would not take out my child or innocent people with me. You know what I'm saying? I just take myself out. And if I was going to take anybody out with me, it would be some piece of shits. Uh, fuck Jim Terry. Anyway, uh, I don't know if y'all heard that cough. I had the chronic cough. But there are certain people that are pieces of shit I would take out with me, but not good people. She beat a dog with a laptop. Let me see if from 90 Day Fiance, because um the one that I followed the most, Miss Heidi, when it comes to 90 Day Fiance was Big No Neck Ed and the pretty little girl that he was with. And I followed the situation when they had the mama's boy on there, um, and shit like that. Like, I followed some of those, but it's been a minute and I haven't got an update, right? I haven't checked for an update on those. And I will say this, I'm kind of proud of the 1,000-pound sisters for losing all that damn weight. They did. They lost that weight, child. They had them surgeries. You know what I'm saying? But did y'all hear about them motherfuckers? Not Tammy, but shit, the other one. She got caught with drugs and shit. Oh, I remember her. I remember her, Miss Heidi. I just looked her up. Lita Margaretha. Um, yeah, I think I remember her. I didn't watch her much, but I think I remember her a little bit. I didn't really watch her that much though. Liz has cancer now. Oh Lord, have mercy. Yeah, Amy's on probation. Yeah, Amy's woman. If y'all don't know anything, I used to follow back in the day Amy Slayton when she had her YouTube channel. Now, something some of y'all people may not know is before they ever got the TV show, they were here on YouTube and they had a couple of scandals on YouTube. A couple of scandals, child. Hey, Freeside Love, if y'all didn't know. So one time Amy told people that Tammy had passed away and they would need a extra large coffin. And then supposedly they abused the stepdaddy's um, puppy dog or some shit and bit him or something. And then there was a young lady on here that did makeup. She was a part of the beauty community. Well, Amy was in the beauty community, if you didn't know, doing her own little makeup thing. Well, this lady wanted to collab with Tammy. So she buys all this makeup because they're different skin tones, obviously. The one lady, she's a darker skinned lady. Um, she's I'd say like medium range skin tone. And obviously Tammy's like me, like she's a porcelain ivory type, right? And so obviously the makeup that the lady had would not work for Tammy because they're different skin tones. So she buys all this makeup, child, all this stuff to help her. She's gonna do a makeover on her. She gets down there, the girl, and buys all the plane tickets, all this stuff, gets down there, hotel room, all this, and Tammy blew her off. And she put all that money into it. It's crazy. Y'all should look it up. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Yeah, they did a lot of scamming stuff back in the day, and had a lot of controversy on YouTube before they ever got the Thousand Pound Sister show. And I will say I've always liked the brother Chris in that show. I think he was the one that would tell the truth, and nobody liked it. But there's a lot of that's crazy to think about, that they got a TV show and whatnot. But I mean, if you go back, you can see a lot of the. I don't know if I think they took down a lot of the stuff. Hey, Miss Ladon. Hey, Beauty. I saw yous over there at YTC's, girl. I've been seeing you. You've been doing so good. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you, baby. I am. You did so good on your first live in the beef sector. I mean, it's not your first live, but you know what I'm saying. It was your first live doing that type of situation, and I'm so proud. You doing so good, baby, and having good conversation. You missed a while ago. We was talking about the perimenopause and all the other stuff, and we was doing all kind of health stuff. Now we on to the the Naziah Harris case is coming up, and then the Madeline Soto dude, he totally took a damn plea deal. Son of a bitch, I don't like him. You so welcome, baby. Anytime, anytime. You keep doing that thing, Thistle, and you keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, girl. I know you could have added to the commentary, but it's okay, baby. You could go back and watch. We just chilling. Well, we having good conversation. We having good conversation. We don't do too much drama over here. Mm-mm. The most drama we talk about is like, uh, I will say that with the Naziah Harris case, I was telling about Miss Parker and how she's been covering the Naziah Harris case and been reading the transcripts and all the stuff. There are some people who think Naziah Harris is still alive. I myself do not believe that. I believe somebody would have done saw her or heard from her by now. And rest in peace to that baby because she didn't deserve that. She was an innocent child. Um, but like, here's my thing. I feel like the Aunt Shannon and the grandmama should face charges for letting any of those kids go anywhere with that man because they knew he had them charges. But like, here's the messed up part: Shannon knew about his charges when she had kids with him. She knew when he got out of prison what he went to prison for. It does, Miss LaDawn. It really does. But there's certain cases that I specifically I get attached to, and that was one of them. That was one of them. The Madeline Soto case was one of them. There's a few of them that I get super attached to because I love children and our children are our future and we have to protect our kids. And I get pissed off when these parents do some messed up shit. We were also talking about 90 Day Fiance. We were talking about Lita Margaritha. Miss Heidi in chat. If you don't know her, Miss Heidi Black, you'll see her right there. I'm going to redrop her channel link right quick. You should subscribe to her. She does amazing content on 90 Day Fiance. She does it on true crime. She does a lot of different topics. She has conversations. She was talking about the other day about those people who got their ass beat for doing some dumb shit. So she does all different kind of things. She's a very good content creator. You should check her out. She's an amazing human being, and I absolutely adore her. Um, and she has great combos. I'm just saying. She's really good at what she does, and she's very respectful. And her chats are chill as hell. But she talks about the TikTok, and the crazy motherfuckers that be dry begging on TikTok, and they be over there lying like hell. Yeah, Miss Heidi's cool as hell. I'll tell you this, Miss Heidi, she's been over in the Mo 3 sector before, Miss LaDawn. She has. She be everywhere. Miss Heidi Black, she be everywhere. I swear to God. One day we was talking and realized we knew the same people. She knows Kim. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, we know the same people. Ain't this crazy? Small little world, ain't it? But yeah, I was sharing out Miss Parker. She's been heavily doing the Naziah Harris case. If y'all want to see anything about that, she's the lady to go to for that. But yeah, Miss Heidi be knowing people. Like you don't even be knowing. Miss Heidi be knowing some people. I'll be like, damn, Miss Heidi, we didn't even know we was right there in the same circle and didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. I've heard that the Mo 3 sector that most of y'all's big CCs have moved over to Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that a lot of y'all's bigger CCs have either stopped doing the content altogether or they moved over to Twitch. That there was so much striking going on over there that there was issues. You know what I'm saying? And people were losing channels and it was crazy. I heard it went crazy. I don't know. I hadn't been over there much, but child, go take your shower, girl. Um, but I'll be all around. Like I'll be in the Mo 3 sector, I'll be in the black sector, I'll be in the beef sector because beef sector is my home. And the other day, Bodyworks, Bodyworks thought I had only come back when VS come back. No, baby, I've been around the beef sector since the very beginning. It's just when what happened with her, I didn't feel right being here without her, and it felt weird to me. But I would still drop in, and I would still check on my lady Nika and my Bree Bree and a few other people, see what's going on. I remember when Bree started covering the McShaky dude and a bunch of other people that I didn't know. But she was doing her interview thing, and I'd pop in there. And I remember when Modgate happened with Bree, and I was like, what the hell? And then there was a bunch of new people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you talking about Shamar Sledge? Yeah, I love me some Shamar. Shamar's good people. Actually, Shamar used to moderate for Gigi, and a lot of people don't know that. He covers a different sector sometimes. Hell, there was one day in there we was having a repass with somebody, and I didn't know who it was, but it was super hilarious. How I met Shamar Sledge is he actually did VS Icon was doing classes to teach people how to work certain things on YouTube. She was doing classes and stuff, how to make your own graphics and things. And she taught you a bunch in the classes, right? And Shamar was her in her first group. I was in her second group with Cam Talk Too Much, Mama Global, and everything. And we had another lady that was in there with us also. Hey, the D Ham Show, and she was just teaching people how to set up. They got free promotion from doing that, shared on her wall, so they got more subbies. But it was just to teach us things that we may or may not know about YouTube and algorithms and different things, right? So her being a bigger CC was teaching some of us smaller people some things we may or may not know, and we were teaching each other pretty much. It was awesome. Now, if y'all don't know, the Ham Show does really great AI music and graphics and things like that. He's really good at it. He's made quite a few of the content creators their introduction music, for their intros and outros and things. If y'all didn't know, the Ham Show is actually very talented, extremely talented. So I just want to say that right now he's not doing as much content as he was, but still, when he has the time available, he will be starting back. So I want to make sure that we share out and, uplift the DM show because he is amazing and he's a good human being. So the DM show, I'm gonna drop y'all a link right quick. Um, he has, does a lot of things and does his music hour and, um, things like that. So um, he does happy birthday songs for people, different things. He just works around and plays around. Um, so, just check out his channel and if you like the content or like to chill, he's a good chill chat to have fun with. Um, or whatnot. DM Show, I also think you have a voice for radio and you could, I think that whatever topics you really enjoy, I think you should start doing lives talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I just think you have an amazing voice when you talk, and I think people would gravitate towards you. And I think that you could do really well doing like a podcast type situation. Just sitting there talking about topics that mean something to you. Like, I understand you love doing your music and stuff like that, and you're very creative, but I really think that you could do like 100% like content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're intelligent and I know that you can do it. It's just whenever you decide to do it. I think you do real well. You have it in you. You have that ability, the way you speak and carry yourself to do it. I just whenever you decide to do it. And you don't have to talk about necessarily like beef sector content. You don't have to really talk about drama. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about grief counseling. You could talk about what's going on in the news. You could talk about true crime if that's something that you like, or whatever. Some people talk about the Bible on here. Whatever you decide that interests you the most is the way I would say it. I would say this to any content creator. This is my little words of wisdom. Do what makes you happy when you do your content. You can come on here just to have conversations with people. You can jump around from topic to topic, and do what you enjoy and what your audience enjoys. But ultimately, if you're enjoying your content, the audience usually will also like it and they'll chime in and it may take a little while to build a channel when you're a small CC, but it eventually will get up there, right? It just takes time. It's not going to be an overnight thing unless you're already a celebrity. If you're already a celebrity, it'll pop out overnight. But when you're unknown and you have to become known, you have to build that audience. You have to build that platform. You have to find the things that not only interest you, but interest your people. I think when you settle down and relocate, Mr. DM, I think you should because you have such a relaxing voice and such an amazing personality. I think you'll do great. And yeah, you might be nervous your first couple of times, right? But don't let the nervousness stop you, because when I first started, I was nervous as hell. I'd say child a lot or and all this because those were my comfort words, right? And I realize now I don't have to do that. It's okay if a little bit of dead air happens. It's not the end of the world, um, kind of situation. And I don't always have a plan for what I'm going to do when I come on here. Sometimes I just come on here to talk to y'all and have a good time. Other times I do have planned content. Sometimes my planned content doesn't happen and we move on to something else. Sometimes I'll plan to do a specific topic and then the conversation goes into a different one and I just go with the flow. I go with the flow of what's happening. Sometimes people want to hit the link and talk about something that happened in the sector, so we just jump around to many different things. And I just go with the flow. That's the way I figured out it works for me, you know? Um, but I gotta go adult, y'all. I don't wanna adult. Oh, y'all should hear this. My little dog is asleep and he's barking in his sleep right now. I wish y'all could hear it. He's going "Ruff, ruff, ruff, ruff," under his breath. It's the cutest thing. I don't know why dogs do that, but it's the most adorable thing when they bark in their sleep and they kick their little feet and they're having good little dreams. It's the cutest thing. Oh, Miss Parker, I was just reading. I didn't know she had done got in trouble for wire fraud. She done got in trouble. Lita Margarita pleads not guilty in Wisconsin wire fraud. Child, she done been stealing from her workplace too. Shit. Man, ain't these people all in some mess? Man, the 90 Day Fiance people, I swear. Oh, and on the 20, they dismissed the case for the second time in less than 6 months. Damn. And then she's arrested after newborn's death. Shit. She got arrested for alleged domestic disorderly conduct and mistreatment of an animal. Amid all the tragedy, Eric told fans that he would not be commenting on the infant's death. Days prior to Alyssa's death, Lita filed for a restraining order against him. The couple got into a fight on July 4th, and Eric admitted to hitting his wife. She was holding Alyssa at the time, but Eric denied that he had laid a hand on his daughter. It just, like, who do you think did it? Do you think, like, she actually on a lot? Did they ever say she's pleading insanity and she's arrested twice for bail jumping? Damn. Mm. Lord, sweet baby Jesus, that lady needs more help than anybody could give her. She shouldn't have been trying to have a child if she already had suicidal ideologies. You should not be having no children if you have those suicidal ideologies at all. That's crazy, man. And that dude though was old enough to be her daddy for real. That is crazy. Well, no, he's only 10 years older than her. I thought he was way older than that. Why does he look so old and she don't? Uh, so Eric was in jail when that happened. So yeah, she did it. And the baby had a fractured back and swelling of the brain. That means that she hit that baby. She did something to that baby. Lord, sweet baby Jesus. I hope she goes down because I hope Daddy can't pay her out of this one. You know what I'm saying? And knowing if you're 5 weeks from having a baby, you shouldn't be drinking. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing none of that. You should be letting your body heal and take care of your child. You know what I mean? Like, you still, under doctor's care and shit. But I myself, the only time I've ever seen a case where a mother unalived her child and I actually felt bad for the mother was one. There was this lady who tried to get help. She tried. She literally tried to get help. And she told them she was having those feelings. She specifically said, I'm having these feelings. Please help me. And they ignored this lady and she ended up unaliving her child. Oh, she didn't drink. Eric does. He's a drunk who's abusive, alcoholic. And she, oh, Lord. Lord have mercy, sweet baby Jesus. I just know that I'm gonna pray for that baby, and that baby finds peace in heaven, and anybody who's responsible goes their ass to jail. But here's my thing, Miss Heidi. Do you believe that she might have had, because there's a such thing as postpartum psychosis? Do you think it's possible that she actually had postpartum psychosis, or do you think she did it to get back at him? That's my question. Because some of these people, they do that stuff and they hurt the kid because they mad at the other adult. I'm like, why would you hurt your own baby? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That just makes no sense to me. You know, that's some evil ass shit. You right, Miss Heidi. That's evil. Like you're injuring a baby for what? Because you yourself feel powerless, so you're going to do the same thing to the child. Like that's some evil ass shit. Okay, I'm gonna watch your live, Miss Heidi, from 2 weeks ago, titled Lita. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out because I want to get an update on it because I didn't see that. Sometimes I don't see everything. I try though. So let me go here. Let's see, 2 weeks ago. Oh, there it is. Actually, I watched part of that because it shows up in red for me. So I did see part of that, but I may have not have known what was going on when I came in or something. But it shows that I watched that because it's in the red, when it shows you watched it or whatnot. Oh, I think I remember this live, Miss Heidi. I think I fell asleep during it. I think I was taking a nap or cleaning or doing something. I forget exactly what, but I think I was laying down or something when I watched that. That may be why I can't remember all of it, but I remember I watched part of that. Yes, I did because it's in the red. I think I fell asleep during that live though, or was doing something. I can't remember. I might have been cooking during that live. Hell, 2 weeks ago, I don't remember what I was doing 2 weeks ago. Ain't no telling, but I know I was in there. I remember hearing part of it, but I didn't know it was about her. You know what I'm saying? Or like who it was. And now that I looked her up, I know more. But I'm supposed to get off here. I gotta eat something. My stomach's like trying to go to hurt and stuff. And I gotta go in there and do some cooking and cleaning and doing different things, and I really need a nap, and I really want a nap, but I don't think I'll be able to take a nap. Are you going live later, Miss Heidi, so I could tell the people and everything? Anybody else going live in here later tonight so I can tell the people? If you're doing anything, please let me know so I can advertise for you that you're going live and that you're doing things so that, everybody will know where to go and all that. But I'm busy to get off here. I just want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you for anybody who ever hits the Cash App. Thank you for becoming members. Thank you for Mr. Jim Coddington for gifting those memberships today. And thank you to everybody who just sits back in the cut and chills with me. Even if you're busy doing stuff today, you're in the bushes, you got shit you got to do. I get it. Um, Oh, and LaDawn is going live at 12:30 a.m., which I think is Eastern Standard Time. Let me go look at her Miss LaDawn's page right quick and see what time, if she's got it set up or not. I know Miss LaDawn is doing it live in a little bit. Um, let me go to her channel um, and see if she's got it set up or not. I know that she's going live at 12:30 today. She does have it set up. It'll be 11:35 my time, 12:35 a.m. for Eastern Standard Time. Uh, and so she will be going live in just a little while. And I'm going to go ahead and share out her channel so people can subscribe. They can, go over there and check her out. She does great content. She does a little bit of beef sector, a little bit of mess, you know what I'm saying? But a little bit of conversation too. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. But this is Miss LaDawn's page. If you would like to subscribe to her page, she's trying to get her subbies up. She is up to 492 subscribers. She's trying to hit her 1K. So, if we could get her to her 1K. Also, Miss Tracy. I got to scroll back up and see if I can get to hers right quick. If not, I'll do it, manually. Um, Miss Tracy's trying to get up there. Somebody struck her main page. Um, and whatnot. So she's trying to get up there and get her subbies back up so she can go live on her backup. So I'm gonna go to her channel and I'm gonna share out her channel. She's up to 50 subbies now, so we got her up to 50. With the help of myself and others, many, many, many others. Yay, honeybee! I see you. Hey, beautiful. That's what time frame it says, Miss Catherine. It's 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:35 Central, and if you're on Great Mountain Time, it's 10:30, and if you're on Eastern, it's 9. So depending on what time zone she said on YTC's it was going to be 12:30. I'm glad you're not shadow banned. I love my honeybee. Honeybee, I was over there enjoying your video and laughing like hell when you did the hot dog thing. That was hilarious. That was funny. That was super funny, honeybee. I was over there laughing. Yeah, F them mofos. Who gives a damn about them? Nobody cares about them. We don't know if you don't care. We don't give a. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that one of them falls off the bridge, the other one catches on fire, and I'm gonna laugh about it. I'm gonna eat my popcorn, and I ain't gonna care. I'm just saying. Normally, I'm not the type of person. I don't wish harm on anybody. Just to say that. But if something did happen to you, I ain't helping you, and I'm gonna laugh about it. I ain't even gonna light my cigarette off your burning corpse because I might get toxic fumes and shit. So I ain't even gonna do that with them kind of people. I love that song though. I love that song. That's a good one for them. If you don't care, then we don't give a. You know what I'm saying? Cause we don't. We don't care what you say. We don't care what you do. You're not gonna sit there and think that what you're doing is winning because guess what? People still love Charlie. People still love Honeybee. People still love Redzilla. People still love Mr. MRE. People still love Twin Mama. People still love Watcher. People still love the people that you say all these bad and hopeful and evil things about, and your opinion is invalid and does not matter. We don't care. And yeah, honeybee, I'm gonna have to say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I hope you fall off a bridge. I'm just saying, dear sweet baby Jesus, 8-pound baby Jesus, forgive me for hoping that this motherfucker falls off a bridge and catches on fire and all these bad things happen to him. Dear sweet baby Jesus, I know better and I'm not supposed to do that, dear Lord. But some of these people I don't give a fuck about and they're so evil. I'm just saying, I got to apologize for thinking evil thoughts. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Me and Jesus, my homie, have to have conversations all the time about me wishing bad thoughts on some people. I have to think about it for a minute, and me and Jesus have to have a talk. Because some of the things that these people do, forgive me, Father, for I'm going to pull this trigger because I'm going to keep my peace to remain peaceful, dear Lord. Mm-hmm. I'm going to run down the street. I'm going to do some evil things, dear Lord. Please look out for me while I do this shit. Lord, I know you don't want to be involved in mess. But dear sweet baby Jesus, please don't let it rain if that motherfucker catches on fire. That's all I ask. Just let it happen, dear Lord. Just let it happen. And metaphorical. Yes, we talking metaphorical. Yes, we're not talking physical. We're not. Yeah, we kidding, of course, allegedly. Just close your eyes, Jesus. Don't look at me right now. Just, just God. Just we're gonna have to have a conversation. You ain't seen what I'm thinking and doing right now. You don't want to see this, dear Lord. I know you shaking your head at me, and I should do better. I know I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness later. I apologize in advance. I think sometimes Jesus be looking at me and shaking his head and and he be going, Girl, you know better than that. But I still, he knows. He knows where my heart be at. You know. And he knows some of these mofos, we don't care. The only thing I pray is that Jesus don't let it rain when they on fire. Just let the motherfucker burn. Just let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. And I just pray it don't rain when he's on fire. Yeah, Jesus already know what's about to happen. And me and Jesus had a conversation, and I had to tell him, look, Lord, I apologize in advance for what's about to come out of my mouth. And I apologize for having evil, hateful thoughts when I should not. I know you told me to turn the other cheek, but you also told me an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And so some of these motherfuckers, you know, dear Jesus, I got to do an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and I apologize in advance. I can't turn the other cheek on some of these motherfuckers, and they don't deserve it. I hope for every bad thing that person has done, it turns on him tenfold. I hope for every bad that he wishes on someone else, it turns on him 10 times fold. And I think it already is. I think it already is if you pay attention. I think it already is. You pay attention to how dark around the eyes a person is. You pay attention to them coughing all the time. You pay attention to certain things. You see the signs. It's already affecting him. See, spiritually, what you do to someone else or try to do to someone else, that shit comes back to you. Everything you're putting out in this universe, every evil thing you're doing will come back to you 10 times fold. 10 times fold. What you put in this universe comes back to you, baby. And when you try to do evil to people, evil's going to come back to you. Whether an evil spirit decides to attach to you, whether you start medically having issues because you've done something evil, it's going to come back to you. Everything you wish upon someone else. Karma's a bitch, and she's the baddest bitch of them all. Ain't that right, Miss Sassy Pants, Miss Justice? Karma's a bitch, and it's going to bite them right in the ass. And I just hope that we all have our popcorn ready, and we can watch it go down. That's all I hope. I want us to be able to watch it go down and laugh about it. Because, motherfucker, we are going to laugh at you when karma comes to biting. All of us. We're going to be going, ha, this is some funny ass shit right here. Did y'all see that shit? Yeah, you saw that motherfucker fall off that, didn't you? Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? Hey, Mr. Fumbo. How you doing? How was vacation? You still on vacation? You know we can't wait for you to come back to cuss a motherfucker out. Because you know he can't handle a real man. They can't never handle the real men. I'm just saying, they love going after women. You ever notice that about somebody, though, that loves to go after women? It's because they're weak. They can't handle a real man. They love attacking women. Oh, yeah. Have fun, Mr. Fumble. Make sure you and Miss Amby have fun, and tell Miss Amby we love her and we miss her too. I'm going to say this. Honeybee, if you don't know, I know something. Bob can't be talking about it, not a nail, not a fucker. He is living a lie. He's a light oil. He got the diabetes. That is true, Miss Justice. We some tough ass women. That is true. No matter what they do, you can't break us, baby. It ain't gonna work. It don't work that way. Mr. Jim Cottington, the best Jim that ever was, ever will be. The only Jim that we respect. Fuck the other one. We love Mr. Jim Cottington. Mr. Jim Cottington is amazing. Man, why do some of these old dudes and like dudes over there and chicks over there, they be so damn desperate? Like they ain't got no life but that. That's all they got in their life. Like I don't understand. Did they not ever go out and touch grass? Did they not never clean their house? Do they not wash their asses? Like you have all this time in the world to be doing all the bullshit that you're doing. You must not be doing nothing in your real life. Do you ever go on vacation? Do you go to restaurants to eat? It's got to be a very sad existence knowing you got to look over your shoulder every 2 seconds because I don't have to do that. I can go and do as I please and I ain't looking over my shoulder for a damn thing. It is. It is like their drug, honeybee. You right about that. They hooked and it's crazy. Like they have nothing better to do. Like there's so much you can do in this lifetime. Like get a hobby, motherfucker. Like do you not have hobbies? Do you not have aspirations for your life? Are you not helping building your children up to where, they can do things in the future? Are you not going to have vacations and have it fun? Like, you obviously have no fun in your life. Because if you had fun, you'd be a well rounded individual. Obviously, when you're a hateful person, it's because you yourself are unhappy. Have you ever noticed that hurt people, and people who don't have good lives at home intentionally try to hurt others because they want them to feel as bad as they do? And they obviously don't have love from their mom and daddy. Their mom and daddy obviously don't give a fuck about them, and their family don't give a fuck about them because if they did, they'd be spending time with them right then. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you're already in your 40s and 50s and 60s and you still have your parents, you should be spending as much time as possible with them because you're not going to have them forever. Secondly, setting them up to where they could get hurt, you don't give a fuck. Obviously, they don't care about you because you're wanting acceptance from other people. You're wanting attention. You're wanting love. You're striving for it because you don't have it. When you have that, you don't have to strive for it. You already have it. I don't see what the fuck they think is attractive about that. Okay, a criminal who don't have a job, don't have a normal income, who's a loser in life, how the fuck is that attractive? Can't even pay a motherfucking bill, has to be supported by his girlfriend. Tell me how the fuck that is attractive. You literally are going for the lowest of the fucking low. Like, you really, how is that? Like, how is it attractive to have a piece of shit that don't hold a job, who is nothing but a blight on a society and a blight on you, dragging you down in the dirt, attractive whatsoever? What does he have to offer you? What future can you have together? Except for you taking care of his ass, paying all his bills, getting him out of jail all the damn time, having to deal with the bullshit that comes along with it, being harassed because he harasses others and stalks others. What does that really, like, as a woman, why would you want that? That makes no sense to me. And if all your hobby is harassing other people, you're just an evil, hateful person. Like, think about that shit. Like, you have all that time to do all that. What do you do else in your life? All the bad karma you're putting on yourself, dog, when that shit catches up to you, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. Ask anybody who knows anything about it. When you put that kind of bad karma out in this universe, dog, I'm gonna say some of the things that's gonna happen to you, I don't even wish upon you. That's how bad it's gonna be. Like, I wouldn't wish some of those things that's gonna happen on my worst enemy. That's gonna happen because karma's a bitch, and when she comes a knocking, baby, she don't play. And some of the things that are coming your way, I don't even wish on my worst enemy. That's how bad it is. And it's gonna be. And it's not a if, it's a when it happens. That's the thing you don't understand. It's not a if, it's a when. And the sad part is, I'm such a good person, and a lot of people in here are such good peoples that even if we say the shit we say right now, we might actually feel sorry for you in some way. Because we're like, damn, fuck, that's some fucked up shit right there. Man. I mean, that's because we actually have hearts. Some of these people don't have a heart. I believe some of these people actually may be sociopaths and psychopaths, that they draw enjoyment from this shit. Like, and they get sexual gratification from this shit. Like, I really truly believe that some of these people actually get gratification from this shit, which is sick and demented, but that's the way some people's brains works. They enjoy that shit. Like, it's fucked up to say, but some people are in that category, and it's weird, but hey, do you, boo boo? No doubt about it, for real though. Some of these people gonna need something more than Jesus. Some of these people, I think, have demons on their backs. And they gonna play with that dark side a little too much, and that dark side gonna take over their life. It's gonna take over their whole entire being. And one of these days, when that motherfucker does to you what he does to others, ain't nobody gonna be there for you because you done destroyed everything you possibly could have had. And it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. And in some ways, I'm gonna say this because I do have a heart. I'll feel bad for him. And that I shouldn't. I shouldn't feel bad for some of these people when the karma comes knocking. But I know it's because I have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm a good person. That, yeah, I'm actually going to feel kind of bad for you when that karma really does hit you hard enough. And it's going to be terrible. And literally, I'm going to pray for you. Even though Jesus will probably tell me no. Because that's what happens when you have a good heart. Instead of an evil heart. Sometimes you feel bad for people. And sometimes you don't wish those evils upon them, but you know it's coming. Here's the thing, I don't wish it upon you. I know it's coming to you. There's a difference. That is true, Mr. Fumble. We got some of the most beautiful, intelligent, strong women over here. I'm talking about, when I talk about intelligence, sometimes when they say their words and stuff, the other people don't even understand what the word means or the words that are coming out of their mouth. Here's the thing. Technically, a lot of these people, when the karma does come biting, and it will, it's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible. And some of the things that are going to happen, I wouldn't wish to happen to anybody. And I'm not going to be the person who starts it off for you. So you may try to blame our side, but it's not going to be our side that does it. It's going to be your own side. Y'all going to implode from the inside out. Y'all going to do it to each other. You realize that, right? Nobody, and y'all going to try to blame this side. But this side ain't going to have shit to do with what's supposed to happen. Yeah, I would say American Honey is number one. And Raisins number, yep, They're both the sweetest individuals. American Honey's like the sweetest. That's like, I'm like, how did American Honey get number 28? I should totally be number, like, above American. Come on, American Honey's a sweetheart. Fuck wrong with you people? And when this shit does go down, the only thing I hope is that we have a back seat to see it. That's it. Will I feel bad and need somebody to hug me? Possibly. I might need somebody to hug me. I might feel bad for him. I might need somebody to tell me, Charlie, shut the fuck up. You don't need to feel bad for him. Because y'all know how I am. So I might need, like, Fumble or Watcher or somebody to go smack me upside the back of the head. Girl, don't you feel sorry for that piece of shit? And I'm like, okay, I know I shouldn't. I know I should. And sometimes I just do. I feel sorry for some of the motherfuckers and what's coming their way, but you know. I know, honeybee. We'll also have to have a celebration, and you know, have cookies and cakes and all things nice, and eat us some good food and eat the popcorn while laughing. But I still might need a hug. You know, I might need a hug because you know I feel bad for people. I have a heart. You know. And even if they're bad, terrible, awful people and have done terrible, awful things to me, I'm still not that type of person to, you know, wish those things that are going to come their way. Just because some people, you know, it's just because of I'm too nice. I know it. Sometimes I should be a little eviler. I need to stop being so damn nice. Shit. Um. Yeah, honeybee, that might help me if you spike the punch. But could you spike it with a little puff puff pass? And we can have a puff puff pass repass. I'm just saying we could have a puff puff pass repass because I'm gonna say this right now. They haven't felt true pain. They haven't felt true loss to know what that feels like, and it will happen to them. And I just hope and pray that if there are innocents around them, innocent people that have nothing to do with it, that the backfire don't also hit them. Because here's the thing, when you do such terrible things, it doesn't just hit you, it hits those around you sometimes. Mary Jane, I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my amazing, gonna make me feel alright, gonna make my heart sing. Yeah, I haven't done that many moons, honeybee. I have been being busy being a mama, so I ain't did shit. I don't drink, I don't do none of that. But I have when I was under the age. But see, they can't do nothing now because statute of limitations don't run out. That was over 20 years ago. Um, you know, but I did partake when I was younger. I think some of those people need to smoke the Mary Janes. Maybe they'd be in a better mood. Maybe they wouldn't be so hateful. Good morning to Hood Taboo. Girl, last night when you was live, I did not get your notification. That was some boo mess. Cause the topic you were talking about, I really wanted to like be a part of it. And I didn't see it till right before I was going to sleep. I was like, that's some boo mess. I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, the hood table boo, but I was mad as hell about that. I don't know if you know that, but I was mad, girl. Because I love the hood table, if you ain't know. The hood table is one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She is awesome sauce. I love me the hood table. She knows it too. That's my sister from another mister. She does all different kind of content. Also, for y'all who don't know, the hood table talks about anything from the White House to the hood table. Um, she does you know, she's got, if you look on her channel, just last night, she was talking for old time's sake, women over 35, was her stream last night. And I would have loved, man, I hate that. She does the BMF Black Mafia family reviews. She does, um, I mean, just all kind of different. She did the Diddy trial interviews. She does stuff in her local area. She just did some content on her shorts about the drill team and the parade and the Omaha Day and all that other stuff. Like she does a lot of different content. She's the best cake decorating diva you've ever saw. And I want a cake. I wish I lived closer because if I did, I'd get me a cake, y'all. Ooh, when I time about that's the beauty from the Midwest. That's the beauty from the Midwest. Right there. I know, but I'm super upset about it, Hood Table. You know I love your shows. Well, honeybee, they do have. Okay, here's the thing. There's sativa and there's indica. Indica is a downer. Sativa's a upper. So, honeybee, you want to do sativa if you ever try the legal version of it. Ask for the strain of sativa, or they also have hybrids. Hybrids. When you go into the dispensary, right? They have hybrid versions. They have that's just the two names of the strains, right? There's different strains, um, and medical marijuana is the same thing. They have strains. They have indica, sativa, and hybrids. Um, and they you can have some that are like gonna make you uppers and not downers. So, I mean, if you ever did want to partake, just make sure you do what is right for you. I'm just saying, if you ever did, everybody should, you know, try it at least once, and then if you don't like it, don't do it again. Because it does help if you have a pain condition, or if you have like ADHD or different things. You can microdose in small dosages, and it helps with like certain things. I've heard the same thing about mushrooms, that you can do it without getting the what is that, the psychedelic effects. That if you microdose, you won't get that. You'll just get the healing properties, if that makes sense. The good properties, not the bad properties. Same thing for partaking in the Mary Jane. You can do it without getting high. You can do the microdosing. They have microdosing um, to use the benefits of it, because it does have some benefits. As in the Bible, it says, "We shall use all seed-bearing plants." It is a seed-bearing plant. God put it for here for a reason. It does have good healing properties. Did you know that I think it's 8 valves? And I'm talking about, when I talk about valves, I'm talking about big ones. That it can actually cure cancer. I mean, it takes a lot of it, but they say it can. There was studies done about that. You I'm in love. Miss Fumble singing, "I'm in love with the coco." Oh, there's actually a song about that too. If you wanna get down, down on the ground, cocaine. She's alright, she's alright, she's alright. Cocaine. That's by Eric Clapton, speaking of which. I like that strain too, honeybee. Yeah, they say mushrooms are way better than all that, and actually, it's good for ADHD and stuff if you microdose. They say that. I ain't did it, but that's what they say. But you want to microdose anything, and you don't get the effects. Like, you don't get high, you don't get the psychedelic effects, you don't get none of that if you microdose. But they say you got to microdose. Don't major dose yourself. But there's a lot of healing effects in a lot of, yeah. I would have loved to have seen Eric Clapton in concert, Honeybee. I bet that was amazing. I love Eric Clapton. I think he's awesome. Do you know my name? If I saw you in heaven. I like Eric Clapton. Yeah, I really do. There's a lot of songs by him. Like, he sings a lot of he's had lot of good songs. Um, Tears in Heaven is one of my favorite ones. Um, Trying to think, there was another one besides that. It was also, I loved it. There was a couple of them by him, but that I just absolutely loved. And now, for some reason, the song, and this ain't even has nothing to do with Eric Clapton, nothing to do with him, but for some reason now the song, Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you will. Hey, mama, rock me. For some reason, now that song's going through my head for no apparent reason. I have no idea why. Y'all know random songs run through my brain all the time. Jail will be hell for him. Yup, it sure will be. Oh, I hope he drops the soap. Oh yeah, he'll with his personality, he'll be in the hole straight out of medical. And I'm gonna tell you something. When yeah, I love Darius Rucker, and you know he was in Hootie and the Blowfish before he ever did that. But anyway, um, those mofo's. Hey, Buster, Mister Buster. A lot of those mofos wouldn't last 2 seconds in jail because the way they speak, they wouldn't last 2 seconds in certain neighborhoods. They'd be got y'all. But I do have to get off here. I mean, I've been procrastinating. I got to go do some stuff. And y'all know I want to keep talking to y'all, but I do. I got to go do and do and do and do. Um, how damn it, y'all know I don't want to. Um, y'all know I want to procrastinate a little bit more. But I will say that half these people, with the way they talk on here, they wouldn't last 2.5 seconds in the real world. Somebody be done knock their damn teeth out. What up, way up, dude? A lot of these people wouldn't last. They just wouldn't. Certain places that I know I've been, the way they talk, if they talk to people like that in real life, they'd have their teeth knocked out of their fucking mouth. They'd have their nose busted. They wouldn't make it. Saying half the racist rhetoric that person says and hate comments, oh no, they'd get fucked up. No, he gonna have to be in protective custody, honeybee. He won't make it in general population. He ain't gonna be able to make it in general. He would never make it. He wouldn't make it in jail in 2.5 seconds. He wouldn't have been able to go to federal prison. He wouldn't be able to like go to actual jail. That's why he tried to stay out of jail. And you know what I'm saying? When he did the shit he did, that's why he's trying to stay out. Because I'm gonna tell you something, he wouldn't make it in there. The minute he opened his fucking mouth with that bullshit, he'd be hurt. They would hurt him in prison. He would not be able to make it. I'm just saying, he wouldn't even be able to make it to some of the neighborhoods that I grew up in. They would have done knocked his teeth down his damn throat. I'm just saying. With the way you speak to people, nah, you wouldn't be able to make it. Mm-mm. You can't make it that way. When you talk to people like that and you treat people like that, mm-mm. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't be able to make it that way. Oh, I love some Darius Rucker. I loved him when he was in Hootie and the Blowfish. He was awesome. Trying to remember, like one of the songs from when he was in Hootie and the Blowfish that I absolutely loved because I actually liked that band when he was with them too. It was actually really good in my opinion, in my personal opinion. And he's done that thing like he's switched over and did different genres and other things, and he has a good vocal range. He can sing anything. Mr. Buster, just them messing with twin mama now. They always messing with somebody. So nah, you didn't really miss nothing. Same shit, different day. You know, literally talking shit about people. Hey, Melody Love. It's pretty much that. Just you know, same thing. Rinse, repeat, lie, lie, lie. Mess with people, mess with people, mess with people. You know, blah 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 blah. For some reason, every time I hear him talk, I think about that cartoon. I do not say blah 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 blah, but he does say blah 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 blah. And also, he sounds like the teacher from um the Charlie Brown cartoon. But it's like, if y'all ever listened to the Hey Beefy bar below, uh, y'all ever listen to like the Charlie Brown teacher? Wah 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 wah. That's literally all I hear. Yeah, that's all I hear. Damn it, I just hear the Charlie Brown teacher. Oh, y'all, Miss Ladone, I think is on. Is Miss Ladone on? Is she up? Let me go see. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. She's supposed to be coming on, y'all. Hood Table. Did you know Miss Ladon's doing her lives now and everything? Let me go ahead and share this live out, y'all, and so y'all know where to go get the new tea from the beefing sector. This is Miss Ladon's channel, and she's covering some of the good stuff. Some of the good stuff. So if y'all want to see something, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to have a good time, and have different content, you know. Oh yeah, that's Miss Jaya H, y'all. Miss Jaya H. Hey Miss Jaya, how you doing, girl? I saw you the other day and I remembered it when we was in mixes, but I forgot it again. But I'm still probably gonna call you Melody Love when you're on this page, so I don't accidentally mix up my brain, even though I know who it is. And then I might forget again. I admit it. She came over from the Mo 3, but she doing her own thing, Thizzle. Yeah. She doing her own thing, Thizzle, y'all. She doing her own thing, Thizzle. Y'all know I support everybody and their mama. And so y'all know I be doing that thing, Thizzle, and I be trying to support everybody and their mama. Everybody and their mama. Will friend stuff, will we? I'm gonna say this: when you have to talk like a real child and you're doing that, you're doing it for attention. You're doing it for attention, and there's nothing like I think a specific person, and y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, is lying about certain things that they say is wrong with them, and it's not as severe as they're trying to say, so they can get sympathy and payola. I also believe they're doing it so they can get a shield. I'm just saying, using your disability for a shield and you're doing fucked up shit, not a cool look. Not a cool look. Yeah, she's showing herself and all that stuff, Miss the Hood type of girl. She doing pretty good too, she doing pretty good. She came over here, we had a good conversation. She's supporting a lot of folks, and stuff. She don't know everything, but she trying. She did not say that. She said that for real. I miss you, Wilfine. Bye. Lord, sweet baby Jesus. We're going to have to pray for her. She going to need prayer. And I understand why she didn't let somebody talk to her mama. And I'm going to say this. I don't think her family knows about it. Because if they did, I think there'd be some strong words said. Mm-hmm. Huggies, beautiful. You have a good one, the Hood Table. Love you, babes. That's messed up, honeybee. That's messed up, dog. He her real friend. Yeah, you talking like that. You know how to pronunciate fucking words. That ain't got shit to do. You doing that intentionally. We ain't dumb as hell. You may think we stupid. And you may play your little role, but we ain't stupid enough. We see you for what you really doing, baby. But y'all have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I love y'all. I got to go do some things. I done stayed way longer than I should have. Huggies, y'all. Bye.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood till the day that I go. From the TUPELO. ELO, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUP. ELO, I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, checking seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be staying round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue were promising OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUP, ELO, I'm reppin' my